Hi all. For this video, I'm going to show you how to create a master detail for your project. So as you can see here from my page, I've created quite a few pages. The same thing I have done before. So as usual, I'm going to click on Create a Page. I will still be using the sample dataset, which has a project, has other information from the sample dataset, like how I showed in class. So click on Create a Page. So this option here called Master Detail, so let's click on that. There's a stacked side by side. Every single one of these icons are self-descriptive, so there's also drill down. So for this one here, I'm going to show you side by side. Page number, you can change that, right? So Master Detail page number, so let's call this to be Project Master Detail page. So again, I will add a breadcrumb here. So parent entry will be from home. I will also be adding a navigation menu. So once again, navigation menu will be showing on the left-hand side, so which is quite important. So next. So for this part of the selection here, the table, you have to kind of ask yourself here. So what is the master? What is the detail here? So for you guys, many of you probably have done a order, right? So or perhaps you have done something called a book, right? So you have done a table called a book, and for the table called a book, there should be I wouldn't say it's a subtable, but there was something more descriptive about author. So the book table, I don't know if you have this, but just for example, if you have a book, and also another table called author. The author table will give you a more descriptive analysis of what's happening inside the book, when people are clicking on author. So for me, I don't have anything like so in my sample database, right? So there's only one called projects. So for projects, let me show you one more time. So for projects, there's also milestones, which could be useful for projects, right? So milestones to projects, which will be described in a way that shows you specifically what's happening for the project. So there's also project status. Okay, so there's also project tasks, right? So I can try some of these, right? So for right now, I'm going to click on projects like I always do. Again, this is only a demo. You can feel free to change anything. It asks me to say primary display column. Primary display column will be the one that appears on the far left-hand side. So the far left-hand side, you can only show one information. For example, for you guys, you can show like the book title. When people click on the book title, you can further expand into more details, including showing people the book's price, author's name, and so on and so forth. So secondary display column here, which will be the details here on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna primary, again, I'm still on primary, so I'm gonna say the name of the project. Secondary display column here, which will be created by the person who created this. You can also choose project lead. I guess that doesn't matter, depending on what exactly you want to see. So detail table here, I want to say, so you can choose many detail table, right? So be a little bit more creative here. So depending on what exactly you want to show. So for example, you can show project tasks. Detail table number 2, both of these will be displayed on the right-hand side. So it really depends on what exactly you want to display, and you can choose the one you want. So for me, I'm going to display maybe comments for the project comments also. One more time, you can choose as many as you want. So do a create. So it says mine is created, and there's a reset, and then there's also a create. So I can run this page and see what happens. So this is my project master detail page, which you can see from the navigation menu from the left-hand side. So far, I haven't selected anything, right? So if I do configure web development tool environment, which is the first one. So this one here shows me the status, the name, the broken down into pieces by all the data. The lower part here is the sample project task. You can change the names, if you don't think this is very nice looking. by going here, and you can change this here. So button name, called that. Now very nice looking. So we'll say populate show tasks. Okay, so as you can tell, you can change this one as well, right? So for this one here, that's my button name. So oh, I cannot contain a space. Apologies. Label is this, and that doesn't look very pretty. So let's do this here. You can change a couple more things here. If you don't like the names, you can change them, right? So let's do save, and then let's run this again and see if it looks nicer. Okay. So you can once again, you can feel free to change anything. So this here shows you the details for the project. So you can click on one of these, and that shows you the details, as you can tell, right? So this is my second table. The third table here is a sample project comment, right? So you can also click on one of them. So actually, you know, this happens to be not even relevant to the first table, so it's my poor choice. You can change according to what you specifically believe should be displayed as as a lower part. You don't have to use the third table. Third table, fourth table are really optional. Just trying to show you, you can have as many as you want. The details here really specifically shows you the project's details, right? I mean the first table here, right? So you can edit by clicking on edit, right? So you can also change some of these. Like we mentioned before, you can change the details here also to represent what's really happening for your table. You can also add input validations. So this is a conclusion to this part of my presentation, which is called master detail page. My page here is now very descriptive, and hopefully you can apply this idea to your final project. Thank you for listening.